Hey guys, happy Saturday to everybody. I just wanted to come on and make a little video for you guys. I have all sorts of topics that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit, and I've decided now is a good time. So that's why you're seeing a lot of topic videos from me lately. So I hope you guys aren't minding that they are topic videos, and most of what I'm putting out anyway. Sorry. Just combing her hair a little bit. I don't brush her hair very often because I don't generally need to, but when she's been laying on it, sometimes it gets a little flattened in the back. But currently she's wearing her little Miss Dessa snuggler set. Snuggler set, I believe is what they call them. And I love these. These are the softest, most amazing little sets. I have several of these, and I also have several sleeping gowns by them, headbands, blankets, you name it. I've got it. Actually, she was laying in her stroller with the matching blanket, and it's just such a soft, silky material. I believe it's made with bamboo. And so it's beautiful, and I love these flowers. I love the designs. I think they're very pretty. And yesterday I was actually off from work, so I had time to spend with Monroe, and I was able to cuddle with her lots, just spend some time with her. I didn't have any urge to make a video. I just wanted to enjoy some time with her. And having her in this little set makes her so cuddly. And I love that. I love the feel of this material. I really like the sleeping gowns as well. And yeah, I know I've gotten a lot of my friends hooked on this. And it's funny because I was watching Erica's video earlier this week with Yasmin, and she was putting her in the Black Dahlia print, which is like black with kind of flowers similar to this, which I also have. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot I even had those. So she inspired me to put Monroe in a little Miss Dessa outfit, because it's been getting very cool at night, right down into the 50s. That's how you know summer is on its way out, because we've got cool weather happening at night now, which makes me very sad. But it also makes me want to keep her dressed appropriately, especially if I'm not able to handle her a lot during the week. I like to make sure she's warm. Even though it's, she's a baby doll. I know, I get it. I just like to make sure she's warm. And as I was fussing with her diaper, yeah. This is my favorite diaper on here. This is the Imagine diaper. I know there's been a lot of diaper reviews out there lately of different Etsy brands now, little Etsy shops that are making them. I have yet to try them, but I might give them a try. But I do love how this brand seems to fit her really well. So I tend to stick with what I really like. And the little Joeys, I mean, they're not bad. They're a little snug on her. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being a little paranoid. I don't like to have anything too tight around her legs, because I don't want them to leave an imprint in the silicone. I figure if anything imprints in the silicone and leaves a mark for a period of time, then it might be too tight. And that's kind of my rule of thumb with putting anything on her, or any silicone doll, and for that matter. But yeah. That's kind of my thought process. So I get a little worried when things are snug or tight, or, squishing on her little legs. I don't want anything to happen to her. I like to be very cautious and careful with her. But I do want to try out some different brands. I want to see if there's a lot of cute prints out there, and I've got my eye on a couple that I would really like to get. But I always go back to the white or off-white cream. Those are the colors I tend to stick with a lot, because under certain outfits you don't want to see the print of the diaper, you know what I mean? And I guess the whole point is to see the print of the diaper, especially if they're just in a diaper. But I don't know. I don't know. I go back and forth on whether I like prints on my diapers or if I just want to stick with the plain, simple one color. This is like a little snug going on her chubby little arm. He's got that chubby arm. There we go. It fits. It's just a little sticky getting it on. Not sticky in that way, meaning a sticky situation sort of thing. Like I like to be super cautious. Anything tight, I worry about it hurting her, so I'm always beyond cautious when I'm dressing her. And sometimes these onesies just don't have a lot of stretch to them. So I like to be extra careful and take my time. But anyways, I've rambled about nothing when I actually have something to talk about, so my apologies. It's not about diapers, obviously. So what happens when people don't like our dolls? What do I mean by that? What I mean is that when certain people don't like us, they like to find ways to kind of poke. Like how I had to have the, finger action there, like as if you didn't hear what I said or something. But I have found over the years that when people don't like us, they look for ways to kind of poke at us. Kind of poke in a way that maybe hits a little, it makes us feel bad. They look for ways to make us feel bad. And poking fun or making rude comments about certain dolls that we have in our collection is one way that certain collectors I've found have gone after us. It's kind of their way of kind of making it known they don't like us. So what happens a lot of times is they pick a doll that they don't particularly care for in our collections, and they say or post weird, odd things about the doll that make us feel a little self-conscious. I'm even a culprit of that. Not doing it, but having it done to me. So, I'm going to share a little story with you guys about Monroe. When I first got Monroe, and a lot of you have been around long enough to know that there were a lot of collectors that were very sad when I sold Lucy, who was my one-of-a-kind Janica by Claire, done in really soft silicone. She was a custom. And when I parted with her, people got a little mad. They got a little sensitive about it. Some of them were downright angry about the fact that I actually sold her, because they called me a liar, called me all sorts of things, because they said that I had always said how special she was, how much I loved her. And mind you guys, we can love a doll and still part with it. Like, if you're a collector that is like me, who has to sell in order to buy a new baby and bring home a new baby, then we end up selling sometimes our beloved dolls. A lot of times I've sold many dolls that I haven't disliked, but only for the simple reason that I needed to in order to bring a new doll home that I thought I'd like better. So when Monroe became available to me, I had already met Monroe and seen her in person. I knew that I would really enjoy her. I had to sell Lucy. Well, that caused quite a stir. And I know there are several of you guys that still watch me that have chosen to stay with my channel, even though I don't have Lucy, which I appreciate very much. But I had some very rude comments. And when I shared her, which was within like a couple of days of deciding to let go of Lucy, I got some really hateful, spiteful, mean comments about Monroe. And she's actually the most popular doll I've ever had on my channel. I will say that. I have a lot of people that really, really love her, but I have a certain handful of people that really hate her. And it's, here's the worst part, is that one of my once upon a time dear friends, who I'm no longer friends with, was at the top of the list of people who just didn't like her. Couldn't imagine why I would part with my sweet Lucy to bring home this doll. And one of my good friends at the time, I thought was a good friend, told me straight out she would not be able to be supportive of me having this doll. And so, I also noticed that there were snide comments being made by other channels that don't like me, which I think is really funny. And so when they don't, they find ways to come at us and make snide remarks, make shady little comments, because they know someone will tell us, even if we don't follow their channel or watch their videos. There's always someone there that does, because our community really, as big as it is, it's still small and we all communicate with one another. So it's hard to get away with anybody really saying much out there and snarky comments about certain dolls and that not getting back to certain groups of us. I mean, it's just how it is. It's how it happens. I'm used to it, and I'm not sure if I love these socks with this or not. I'm pondering. So I used to hear all sorts of rude, terrible comments about Monroe, and I absolutely love this baby. So at first, especially my friend at the time, who I thought was supportive of me no matter what kind of doll I had, that was probably the most hurtful part of it. I didn't really care if she didn't like the doll. I cared that she couldn't be supportive of me. And I get that there are strong feelings had by, collectors and what they think about sculpts and things like that. But I feel like it's taking it too far when you want to put a friendship, on the line over a doll. I think it's silly and not necessary. I'm going to try those instead. And it was very surprising, and it showed me a person's true colors. And then, my point to sharing this with you guys is that it does happen. I see it happening in the community currently, because there is a certain collector that is going after someone that I know and is pinpointing, saying rude things about her doll. And it kind of makes me irritated for my friend, because I think it's just such a childish, petty thing. Like, you can have opinions about people's dolls. You can tell your friends behind the scenes. I just don't care for that. But picking apart someone else's doll, I think, should be kind of off the table. I don't think it's up to us as collectors to really be like, oh, that doll is horrible. That doll isn't painted well. That doll's too red. That doll's too orange. That doll's too whatever. If someone loves their doll, and even if you don't like the person, you certainly don't post silly comments on Instagram about it. Like, I don't understand why people take the time to do those types of things to other people. It baffles me. And I've been through it enough times where I don't really care whether someone likes my doll or not. I don't care if people stop following my channel and watching my videos just because they don't like a doll, or don't care for the doll I have in my collection and they like the one I had before. None of that really bothers me, because I come on to make videos for me. And if people don't like my dolls, they can move on to another channel. Like, I'm not heartbroken by any means if someone doesn't follow my channel because they don't care for Monroe. Don't care. What matters is that I care for her. I love this doll. I love the sculpt. I love everything about her. And that's the only thing that really should matter. And being supportive of a collector's choice for a doll shouldn't be questioned. It shouldn't be even a topic of discussion. I might not care for every doll out there, but I absolutely respect each collector's choices of dolls that they bring home, and I enjoy the fact that they enjoy them. Whether it's a doll I like or not does not matter. And learning to be a little more kind to others in the community, even if you don't care for their doll. My mother taught me when I was a child, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. I've carried that through my life. I just wish other people around me and in the world would also follow that advice. I don't know why people feel the need to speak up about everything. It is baffling to me that everybody thinks they have to have an opinion and share it. Believe me, I'm opinionated. I share a lot of my opinions in videos on my channel. I do express my opinions, but they're never mean-spirited. I don't go after people. I keep it, this is my feelings on it, and it's not any way meant to hurt anybody, but I do believe that there are those culprits out there that do put out videos that are meant to hurt people. They're meant to make people feel bad about the dolls that they have. And it just blows my mind that in this day and age, when we should all still, we say this all the time, we should be supporting one another in this hobby. We really should. And yet some people just don't have it in their bones to do so. Or they're mad at you, or they just want to act like a child. It's just baffling to me. We're all grown people here. And actually, I know some very young collectors that are more mature than some of the well-seasoned older collectors in our group. You know, it makes me sad that we can't just enjoy and be supportive. You know, it's just, sometimes you just grow up. That's what I want to say to certain people. And I don't get a lot of that on my channel, luckily. I do get a lot of support on my channel, so this isn't directed at, really, I don't know if the people I'm speaking of that I've seen this happening with lately, I don't know if they follow my channel, to be honest. I don't pay attention enough to know, I suppose. But I haven't had the hate, so to speak, that I'm aware of. And if they are talking about me or if they're posting about me, I don't care because I don't follow them. I don't have time for that. I make time to come on and enjoy my baby. I like to spend time with her when I have like free time, like yesterday. But I don't have time to go seeking out when people post weird things about me. I just don't care. And I just hope people will just, you know, think about how it feels if someone said something not so nice about one of your very much loved dolls. And, you know, the whole point of all the varying kinds of sculpts and dolls that we can collect is because we don't all share the same taste. That's what's wonderful about our collecting. That's what's wonderful about this hobby, is that there are so many choices and interpretations of what's beautiful. People used to get on me all the time because I would get a Romy Stridum baby, which for the longest time they were known as the best silicones on the market, the most beautiful dolls, the most beautiful sculpts. That's how majority of collectors around me saw them. And when I would bring one in my nursery, have one for a period of time, and then sell the doll and bring home a Claire Taylor doll, I got so much flack for that because they couldn't imagine what I saw in a Claire Taylor doll because the Romy Stridum doll just was so pretty and they just couldn't wrap their head around it. Well, because you're not in that person's shoes, you can't possibly know how they feel about something. And you also haven't, most people that shared those opinions and said those things to me had never seen a Claire Taylor doll, one, in person, or a Romy Stridum doll, two, in person, to even know the comparison or what they're like in person. Because what you see in a video is not always what you see in person. And what I mean by that is that the tiniest of details don't always come across in video. I've said this for years, that Claire Taylor silicones in video and pictures, it just doesn't do them justice. Until you see one and hold one and really feel one in person, it's very hard to understand, perhaps, sometimes what we're talking about, us collectors that have them. And Romy Stridum babies are absolutely stunning babies. They are. But in comparison, for me, when I'm looking for ultra realistic, I just think hands down Claire Taylor has more realisticness to them. It's one person's preference. I'm learning it's more and more collectors' preferences as we go along. And I appreciate everybody that loves Romy Stridum and will never switch to trying a new artist or whatever. I still love Romy's work. I think Romy is an amazing artist, amazing sculptor. Right now, my preference just happens to be Claire Taylor silicone. But people felt the need to just come at me about it because they just couldn't understand, and they thought that I was nuts, and the comments were just mind-boggling to me. It just kind of makes me chuckle now because I just didn't realize people had such a strong opinion of what doll I should have in my nursery. But there are a lot of people out there that really feel like they have an input in some of our collections, which you guys really don't. It's great that you like what we have when we have something you like, but we're certainly not going to have a doll in our collection in order to please our viewers and our subscribers. That's not why we're here. if you're here for those reasons, I think that's a really messed up way to collect. I don't find that to be a true collector. If you're just doing it for views and, you know, making money off of YouTube, I am strictly here for pleasure. I want to come and enjoy my dolls. I want to enjoy the company of others sharing their love for dolls. I enjoy reading people's amazing comments because 99% of the comments I get are amazing. Every once in a while, you just get the oddball comment, which is fine. It's just part of the territory. But that's why I come on. I don't come on to be judged. I don't come on to judge others. I just want to enjoy. And this baby reminds me of what it is I enjoy so much. I love her so much, you guys. Honestly, she is the nicest, sweetest, most realistic baby I've ever had to date. And I adore her. Now, that's not to say I won't think that of another doll in the future, and then she may leave. Who knows? Never say never. But right now, she's who I really enjoy. But I know that it can be hard to have dolls that aren't popular on our channels, and when people go after them, it's not very nice. I would hope we're past that by now in life, but unfortunately, we'll always have those very immature people out there that feel the need to be jerks, apparently. But what Miss Monroe is wearing is this beautiful Jacquardee onesie, and it's got little raspberries on the little petals around the neckline. And she's got this beautiful little pair of bloomers, also by Jacquardee, with all sorts of very pretty colors, reds. It's got mustard color, like a sage green. I think it's a sage green or a dark teal. Pink. And then I've got her little beautiful Jacquardee two-tone little Mary Janes by Jacquardee. They're red and pink. I just think those are so pretty. I love the color block little grouping that they did this summer. And then just a pair of little white eyelet ankle socks to go with it. And that's what she will be wearing today. I probably will put some sort of bow in her hair. I just don't know what one yet. But I'm going to enjoy the day. It's beautiful outside. The sun is out. It's warm. I can't believe this is like the last weekend of summer. Everybody's like, students are back for college. My youngest daughter is back in classes and on campus, and she's in a dorm, so she's not here. All of the, younger kids are going to be back to school this next week, so it's just, fall is happening, guys. It makes me so sad. So I'm going to enjoy every last bit of summer that we do have. But yeah, this is her outfit today. I think it suits her very well. I love these colors on her. I think it's very pretty. I hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. If you guys are out there busy enjoying the last tad bit of summer, I hope you're doing whatever it is that's fun that you can this weekend. And yeah, that's my chat for the day, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And Monroe and I, we will see you all very soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.